Login boxes on the web have looked like this for a long time. Browsers have tried to help us by adding features like password autofill. However, operating systems have a much more user-friendly account chooser, whether it is Windows, Mac, Chrome OS, or others. We want to bring that account chooser experience to the web. Some websites like Quora and Hotmail already use this approach, but we want to also leverage the idea of OpenID and identity providers like Facebook, Google, Yahoo, and others that eliminate the need for creating new passwords. We are going to demo an account chooser working on 2 sites, including a version we have deployed internally at Google for evaluation. Let's say Sarah is a Yahoo Mail user, and she goes to a website that she has not used before, but that website has deployed an account chooser. She notices the standard sign-in action and clicks it. When she does, she has a few options, but she notices the Yahoo Mail button and clicks it. She will then be asked by Yahoo to confirm she wants to sign into the site and share some information. With the second click, she is then logged into that site. That is all she has to do. Now, let's say she visits an online photo sharing web service. Again, she notices a standard sign-in action and clicks it. She notices the Yahoo Mail button and clicks it. She would then be asked by Yahoo to confirm she wants to sign into this website, and with a second click, she is then logged into the site. That is all she has to do. Interestingly, though, this photo service is run by Google. Sarah actually already had a Google account that she used for other services like YouTube, but for the last few years, she had been used to logging in with a password. Without even having to think about it, she just upgraded her existing account to use OpenID and will no longer need to type a password on Google. Other websites can use the same technique by deploying their own account chooser. Let's say Sarah needs to go back to the first site later. She will again click on the Sign In button, but now she sees an entry for an account. She clicks it and is automatically signed in. Sarah goes back to the photo sharing service. She will similarly see an entry for her account. Notice that the entry has her photo. That's because Google had pulled that information from her Yahoo account. Other websites can use the same technique to make the account list more personalized. She goes ahead and clicks her entry, and similarly is automatically signed in. Now, let's say that Sarah goes to a completely different computer, and we'll emulate that by using a private browsing mode. Now, on a new computer, generally the first thing a user does is go check their email, so we'll log her in. Let's say that she wants to go visit that same first website that we were demonstrating. She'll go there, click the standard sign-in action. In this case, she won't see an entry for an account since she has not used this machine before. However, she notices the Yahoo Mail button and clicks it and is automatically signed in. If Sarah goes back to the Google Photo Sharing service, she again notices the standard sign-in action, clicks it, clicks the Yahoo Mail button, and will be automatically signed in. Notice the experience is designed to be very consistent across websites. Website operators may want to help end users recognize that their website supports this type of simple login sign-up flow. Over time, these users will come to notice the keyhole icon next to the sign-in button. That is designed as a universal indicator that can optionally be included by websites that support this type of flow. It is worth noting, though, that when a user goes to add an account, the website gets to control what identity providers are listed on the page for adding an account. For example, the website might include popular social networks. In fact, websites may show a different list based on the IP geolocation of the user. For example, in Brazil, it might include a button for the popular Orkut.com social network. If a user does not see their identity provider listed, they can still type their email address. If that address can use an identity provider, then the user will be redirected to that identity provider. However, the user may, and we'll show as an example, try to log in using an email address that cannot use OpenID, but that is previously registered. For example, the user Frank has been logging into the site for years with a password, so he would type his email address, click return, type his password, click return, and immediately be signed in. However, a different user, Tom, might also type his email address using an address that is not OpenID enabled, but he's never registered that address with the site. In that case, the website could potentially tell the user that they have to use a supported identity provider, but most websites are likely to allow users to create a traditional password account and fill out one of these long forms. Most sites would also make the user find an email verification message that probably ended up in his spam folder, but we're going to skip that painful step. If Tom needs to sign in again on this machine, just like in the previous examples, you click the sign in action, see the list of accounts, click his entry, and be asked for his password. Note that this machine now has multiple account entries for this site. For example, maybe Frank, Tom, and Sarah are part of a family and share a machine. One other benefit of the account chooser is that it helps them switch between accounts. If Sarah sits down at the computer, she can just click the button, choose Switch Account, click her entry, and her account will then become active. They could similarly switch accounts the same way, error there, with the account chooser on Google's website or any other website that deploys it. If you want to learn more about the account chooser, do a web search for the Google Identity Toolkit, which has more information about this approach, as well as information about tools that can help a website deploy it. Over the summer of 2011, we will begin working with the identity community to finalize this approach so that websites can begin to deploy it. Thank you.